On February 8th, 2026, an American Dream was broadcast for all of us to see. While I would love to spend the next 5 minutes gushing over Sam Darnold and his redemption story, it's all inspiring, I want to talk about someone else. One Mr. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio performed at the halftime show, Super Bowl halftime show, the big game, depending on the marketing of this. While he has technically already performed there once, he wasn't the headliner. This one was definitely more politically charged. Unless you've been living under a rock, let me bring you up to speed. You're currently living in the worst timeline, so I have a moment to come to terms with that. Now, for the last 13 months or so, ICE has been weaponized by this small-handed asshole and controlled by this child's nightmare into intimidating, arresting, and racially profiling people specifically of Hispanic heritage, but don't you worry, they're beginning to target people of all nationalities, if you look at them wrong. But also, back to the actual story. There was outrage that Bad Bunny would be the headliner this year because he wasn't American or spoke American, which I don't remember any bitching when there was Rihanna, Shakira, Coldplay, The Who, Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, U2 performing, but the snowflakes, got riled up by Trump bitching that all of a sudden we have a controversy that resulted in death threats to Bad Bunny. Now, this isn't the first time that he's had death threats or that Bad Bunny has had some strong choice words in response to this current administration. While not confirmed, it is widely believed that Bad Bunny did not add a U.S. leg to his current tour because he believed ICE would use his concerts to target people. Going back, in response, the NFL kept Bad Bunny. Turning Point USA decided to host a counter show, which I Need My Own halftime show really gives strong I Need My Own water fountain vibes. I'm just saying. Also, the whole American performer thing, y'all had a U.S. citizen last year in Kendrick Lamar, and y'all still had a problem with him. I wonder why you had a problem with Kendrick Lamar. Can't think of a single reason why. Now, leading up to the show, Bad Bunny actually won a Grammy for Album of the Year, and his speech, he bravely took a hardline stance against ICE and against Trump. It's since been confirmed that the reason why his jacket looks so big on him is because he was wearing a bulletproof vest. That might also explain why this famously family-centered man was alone at the time to accept his award. The biggest moment of his career, and he had to stand alone because he didn't want to risk it. So with all this said, his performance was genuinely awe-inspiring. Bear in mind, I don't hate the guy, but I'm not his biggest fan of his music. But to see my culture so richly represented, I didn't realize I needed that. From the dancing to the locations to the actual wedding that took place, the choreography to the message that we're all America, it's not just the US. It resonates. And hell, even if you can't understand its lyrics, I couldn't understand its lyrics, and my Spanish is okay at best. But you can you can understand and mix in with the music. You can understand the beats to dance to. Hip movements are an international language, and it's great to see all the support he had from the Latin community at large. Seemingly, social media agreed. I think it's also important to point out the fact that this was the most watched Super Bowl halftime show ever, with somewhere between 139 million and 145 million viewers globally. The alternative show only had somewhere between 3 or 5 million at most. Additionally, I also think it's important to note why it worked and why the NFL didn't change the lineup even after the backlash that it got. The hardcore NFL fans might have been offended by an international star, but they really aren't going anywhere. They're the hardcore fans. But the NFL realizes that they need to capture the millennial and Gen Z markets along with the international markets to continue to expand, because in capitalism, if you're not growing, you're failing. I mean, they need a modern day headliners, and thus the new stars keep taking the stage and replacing the country halftime shows of old. Bad Bunny's performance was not just one of defiance in the face of a regime based in racist rhetoric, it was a rebuke of hate and an argument that love is the only path forward, and he's right. I can't say I'm a diehard fan, but at the very least, mate, you have my support.